Well, you're watching the final of the Walton Open pairs, recorded on the 21st of August 2021. It's the best of 5 legs over 6:01, and it's between Diogo Portela and Chris Hogg, and that pairing are taking on Steve Wells and James Betts. Andrew Culling is the referee for this one. And firstly, if you're wondering why there's no sound, well, that's because there is music playing in the background on the jukebox, so we don't want to get copyright stricken by the elves at YouTube, so that's why there's no sound, and it's just me that's guiding you through this one in terms of the comms. Portela and Hogg have won the bullseye, and they're going to get us underway in this competition. The pairs, of course, a warm-up event for the singles. And of course, I'm recording this after the event's actually taken place. So just to warn you that weren't able to film the singles final because, of course, Rob Cross was in that particular match. Rob Cross, heard of him? Yes, the former world champion was the winner in this competition. So, of course, you can't film PDC Tour card holders. So that's why that one isn't on the channel. But 4 very talented players here. They've come through a very embattled field. It's just fantastic to be at events like this once again. And I think it's important, before I tell you a bit more about the 4 players, important just to thank the venue. It's the Walton WMC. What a great effort they have done in organising the venue and hosting us all. But of course also to Team Turner as well. Aaron, Laura doing a fantastic job as always. And the young Turners as well. What a great effort. So yes, just fantastic that after everything we've gone through as a society, we were able to get back to these once again. And just a slightly longer format for the pairs, over 6:01 as opposed to 5:01. So just gives you a bit more time to get stuck in. And a slow start, I think, from both pairings, but I'm sure they'll get into their rhythm very, very shortly. That's a nice treble there from Betts. Not much to choose between them after 5 visits. Just thinking about this in terms of practice for Portela, all being well. Hopefully Brazil will be at the World Cup, and well, of course the first round of that will involve pairs. So Portela, of course, has represented Brazil every time they've been involved in the World Cup of Darts. So hopefully, all being well, this will stand him in good stead. Just the 9 points to choose between them. Portela and Hogg are down to a finish first. The customary fist bumps between throws. So it's good to see that it's being played in a good spirit. Betts trying to get Wells down to a finish, which he does do. First bite of the cherry for Hogg. Disappointed because he knows he can't finish now. Just has to try and leave Portela handily placed. So an outside chance then for Wells. A very steady, still stance rather. Won't go here, but a treble would do nicely. Can't find one, so 2 dart combination. Well, that's 74 left, so treble 14. Well, just a bit errant. Betts then with a golden opportunity to break straight away. 16 would leave the bull, and he wants the bull. Well, that's not a bad miss, but it will be Hogg who has the chance here at tops to take the opening leg. He wants double 15. Oh, he tied it up very well there. Held the pose as well. I quite like that. He clearly enjoyed that one, and quite rightly. Good to be able to clean that one up. And 1-0 the scoreline. Portela and Hogg lead. A bit more information about Portela and Hogg before I tell you about Betts and Wells. Well, both of them are just back from the Challenge Tour in Milton Keynes, just the 6 events there, so that's quite a long few days. Nice starts there from Portela. I think both will probably be, on the whole, perhaps disappointed with how it went, but it was good that they were mixing at that level, of course. Portela had a good win over Scott Taylor, a nice visit there from Betts. Looks to have found his rhythm. Yes, Portela, he did beat Scott Taylor. Of course, he's been in live league action as well. So he's certainly been keeping busy on the darts front. And Chris Hogg came very close to beating Graham Usher at the Challenge Tour. And the reason I know that is because I chalked it. I happened to be there. I was one of the markers on that day. So, yeah, that was a very close game indeed. Portela and Hogg looking to solidify their advantage here, but again, not much to choose between the two teams rather. Betts has the treble 20 surrounded, switches to the 18s, can't find a treble, so both teams just struggling for rhythm at the moment. It's been a very tough competition, it has to be said, and I missed the start of it, unfortunately, but when they did the draw, the pairings came out. Simon Whitlock's pair, I presume he was playing with Mason. Lovely 140 there from Wells, gives them the advantage in this leg to try and break straight back. Simon Whitlock and I think Mason, they drew Rob Cross and presumably his uncle Rob Abbott. So not a bad first round pairing. And then of course neither of those pairings actually made this final. So it just goes to show the calibre of this field. Betts and Wells very much in the driving seat here. Hogg needs to find a big visit, and he can't leave a finish now. So it is 6 starts from here for Betts and Wells. Wells does not have to go the bull route here. Doesn't have to go for it. Oh, but we wanted to see it though, didn't we? He teased us, but he leaves tops because Portela is on 2-1-7. And that single one makes life a bit trickier at this point. 197 remaining. And it is still 6 darts from here for Betts. So time on his side. Wants double 10 now. That looks to be a good guide. Oh, he couldn't get much closer. Referee Andrew Cullen goes in for another look. But they will be back. Hogg hoping to apply some pressure, but can't do with his first dart, does with his second. That's a lovely visit. Lovely visit, and that does apply the pressure. Wells will have to put that to the back of his mind as he lines up for double 10. Double 5, always a tricky switch, this one. So it proves to be. So he busts it in case the 68 doesn't go. Or 17 will leave Bull. Well, that's even better because he wants double 8 now. And that was for 2-0. Not far away. Betts knows that this has to go now. He was so close last time. Getting closer. God, he couldn't get much closer than that, surely. And he does get there. He does get there in the end. Felt like he deserved that, really, because knocking on the door. So, one leg apiece. Two breaks of throw. And we're back on throw in this match. I haven't been able to tell you a bit about James Betts and Steve Wells, so I'll do that now. Steve Wells, who's on your screen now, well, he comes into this in a bit of form because he won the Burfield Open a few weeks previously. Burfield being in Reading, that was the only Open I think I went to post-pandemic last year, run very well by James Bishop, and he beat a certain tour card holder Richie Edhouse in the final. So clearly in some very good form. And James Betts, who's on your screen now, well, I can tell you a bit about him because I actually played James on the only other time I've been to Walton. As Portela gets into his rhythm here. That's a lovely 140. Certainly looking more fluid now. Bodes well for him in the singles. Yes, James Betts, so he played me, of course, in the first round, which wasn't too tricky. And after he won that, very convincingly, he went on to play Michael Barnard. And Michael Barnard at the time had a tour card, and James Betts did take that victory. So certainly can play, certainly has a bit of talent about him, and is showing that here through the fact that they've reached the finale. And they are applying the pressure on the Portela and Hogg throw because that is a 140 and they have a 57-point advantage, 57-point advantage before these were thrown. But Diogo has got the Diogo swagger about him, and another multi-treble visit gets them down to a finish first. This is much better from these two pairings. This is the kind of form that got them to this stage. Wells replying in kind, not much to choose between them, leaving that 127 again. So Hogg, what can he do here? Well, he can't take out the 140, so needs a treble to leave him handily placed. Can't find one, would have liked a bit more than that. So 127 then for Betts. That's a fantastic start. Leaves the bullseye. Gets the bullseye. Fantastic. And you can see what it means to those two. What a great check out that was. Great effort. And it's Wells to kick us off in this fourth leg. Very much in the box seat now. Portela knows the only way to apply pressure is by hitting a big score, but a nice steady ton for him. Yes, it's been a fantastic day at Walton. No longer a need for two devices in this arena. It's those that like virtual darts. Well, not much to choose between them again. Not much to choose between these two pairings all throughout this match when they've perhaps had a slow start. They've both seemed to have matched each other's pace, but they've certainly raised each other's games as well. That's a lovely visit from Portela that keeps them in this match. knowing that they're going to have to break back and win the final leg as well. Brutal format, best of 5, even over 6:01. Of course, pairs is always very difficult to keep your momentum and keep your rhythm, which is why perhaps you certainly see some pros struggling with it at the World Cup. Yeah, completely different ball game, as it were, to the singles, where you get your turns much faster, of course. All on the top wire there for Wells. Doesn't get them down to a finish after 15. Portela hoping to leave one here, and will leave one for Hogg. Can he fill it up? He can't. But it's very useful indeed. What can bets do for Wells here? No treble. So a great opportunity this for Hogg. Only one treble needed in this combination. And again, it's just that first dart, but a great recovery. So we'll just hope to leave this for Diogo, which he does. So they're on tops after 18. But remember, this is for the title. So again, one treble needed in this combination. That's a single 20, so treble 18 required. Can't be done now. No treble with the third dart, so a nice clear target. Double 10. Oh, we thought it was there. Started to walk. Well, it wasn't far away, you can understand, and this is a golden opportunity now for Betts to clinch the title for him and Steve after that 1-2-7 in that last leg, which really did change the game. Tops now, he composes himself. Double 10, hit this before. And it's not far away. Well, he's not missing by much. Same target then for Hogg to keep their hopes alive. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? God dear. Double 5. Always a toughie. Not far away, but ultimately it is Wells who comes back to the board for double 10. And a chance at glory. Has to adjust. Looks to be a blocker. And that's also a blocker. So which way will he go? Oh, he's going to another postcode. He's going to Kingston upon Thames. Hampton Court. Double 10. And he gets it. He gets it. What a dart that is. That's an amazing dart. Well done to James Betts and Steve Wells there for winning the Walton Open Pairs title. Commiserations to Diogo and Chris. A good steady game that, and thank you for watching.